Kia ora whānau. It's me here today. It's quite early this morning, just starting a bit early. I think it's just 6:15 in the morning on Thursday during the lockdown, the 3-day lockdown down here in Otipoti. Yeah, so just wanted to go talk about the Three Waters to my Māori whānau actually, just to give a bit of a background about on myself. So I'm from my mother's side. I'm a direct descendant of the Paramount Chief of Archaic Peninsula, Kōrako Karetai. He had a land title deed for the Archaic Peninsula that was signed by Queen Victoria. Then on my mother's side, I've got the same lineage to the same man. So Kōrako Karetai and his father Karetai both signed a Treaty of Waitangi down there. I've also, I've got European pioneer lineage, which is Octavius Howard. He was one of my great-great-great-grandfathers. So he's got a little village named after him down in Otaka called Harwood. So that's his last name, Octavius Howard. So personally myself, I'm a businessman. I always acknowledge myself as Māori in the past. However, I'm Māori Irish because my grandfather's from Ireland as well. But what my real concern is at the moment is this Three Waters thing. Now the government's wanting to do a deal where, the iwis get 50% shareholding, and the government they buy out the regional councils for peanuts, and they own the other 50%. But what people don't realise is that it's in the future, it's going to become a commodity where they're going to make profit off it, and us as people, and especially us as Māori, we're going to lose out because we're going to be paying more for it. The main contractors for the Three Waters, as far as like looking after the plumbing and all that, is City Care. That's currently owned 25% by the government. In years to come, don't be surprised if that's owned 50% plus by the government. So that's the main Three Waters, the Three Waters' largest contractor in the country. So there's concerns there about they could sell out the City Care to an international subsidiary, which will also be part of the system. Just got to remember, the system is the Western system. So it's right throughout the Western world. So it allies with our government is built on the system, and the system pretty much operates the whole of the Western society. It's not a good thing, and as soon as our iwis go into it, our iwis are instantly part of that system, and it's an ugly system. It's got no interest in the people really. It's more got interest in making sure it keeps control, and the best way for it to keep control is to segregate and separate the people. And how it does it here in New Zealand is that it creates a big rift between the Māori and Pākehā based on the colonial war still going. It's been going ever since the Treaty of Waitangi started. So that there's been the big drag out of all the treaty settlements, and that just creates stress and anger between Māori. It also from the Pākehā side, it also gives them this, bloody privileged Māoris. How come they're getting everything? Because to be fair, our Pākehā brothers and sisters, they don't get any special benefits. I'm a businessman. Our business is about to go global, but we've got we've been getting grants from Māori Pacifica funding from the government. And it's been choice. We couldn't have done it without it, but. What I'm saying is that what about our Pākehā brothers and sisters? I mean, we've all got mates that we all grew up with mates that were Pākehā, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not generalised. I'm talking about because they're just people just like us, and I'm speaking to myself, referring to myself as a Māori because I'm speaking to my Māori brothers and sisters here, and I'd really like it just to be known that we're not full-blooded Māoris. A lot of us, most of us, aren't full-blooded Māoris. So, to really recognise ourselves and acknowledge ourselves, we've got to acknowledge all our lineage, which is Pākehā, maybe Samoan, what have you. But the majority of us have got some white blood in us. For me, I know mine's well over 50%. even though, I've got a double lineage to, chiefly descent down here in Otipoti. But really, it does concern me about this Three Waters going where it's going to go, because, it's going to be made for profit. I've looked at the statistics on housing. By 2060, no Māori will own their own houses. That's the prediction, that's the forecast. So we've got to watch out for that. Māori have always had a really, not a very good opportunity to get somewhere, and it's not based on because white people are taking it away. It's based on the system ensuring that we've got a grudge. I've gone down the Otago Peninsula, and was it Christmas Day 2019, and I stomped it down hard. This is our whenua. We're not stopping until we get it back. In front of about 150 tourists from overseas. And, before that, I did a nice speech, and a few of the ladies were crying. And then we went down on the beach, and they were watching the penguins come, and I got all the kids excited. See all those kids, all those penguins, kids are coming in. And the kids were all excited, and then I just went hard like a warrior. And it freaked a few of them out, actually. However, I am Māori, but I've reverted back from that and had a good look at things, because what is going on is that they want us to be fighting like that. They want us to have this resentment, and they want us to have this resentment against the white man. But it's not the white man. It's actually the system behind the government and everything that our society is built on. And really, we need to get rid of that, and be breaking bread with our white Pākehā brother, Pākehā, everyone that's here. We need to be starting again, and making it a fair country. There's been plenty of handouts for us Māoris over the years. There has been. There might be a few there that are still valid and need to be done. Personally, myself, I'd like to just see us moving forward real quick. Actually, I don't see a problem with us becoming an independent nation and getting rid of the Treaty of Waitangi and starting fresh, and have creating a new system where it's built on unity and caring for everybody. Where, as we're getting Māori and Pacifica funding for grants and stuff like that to start businesses and do community work, there's a big pull for everyone. Where white people that can start their own business, because there's a lot of people out there that are Pākehā that don't have any cash. I know plenty that don't have cash. They're broke as we are. They're oppressed as well. But the unfortunate thing for them is they don't have iwi or government that is going to fund them and give them grants. And that's how the government makes them resent us, is by ensuring that they don't get anything, and they resent us. So while we're resenting them, they're resenting us for the same reason. If we pull back the veil, it's actually none of us, it's the system. And because us being Māori, we are so upset about it, that's why there's a lot of Māori in prison. And that's why there's a lot of Māori in gangs, because, we just feel misplaced. And it sucks. I don't like to see that. And if we change the system, I believe we can get it to work a lot better. We can. We've got, personally, we've got some awesome proposals I'd rather see us working with the local councils rather than with the central government. Because the central government is the Western system, local councils are just for the locals. Central government is that's for the global Western system. It's not a good thing. That's what causes all the wars in the Middle East and where have you. This thing over in Afghanistan at the moment. You don't have too much doubt that that's all been pre-organised so that by the Western society. I'm not going into conspiracy theory. I do research my stuff, and I'm not too impressed with the Three Waters thing. No Mahuta is rolling it out like it's some good thing, and there's no everything's being done to make sure that we don't get a say in it. So it's really important that we talk to our iwi. If you agree, talk to the iwi. Talk to the local government, local council about having a referendum about it so we can all have a say. But I can assure us all, dear brothers and sisters, that it's not in our best interests. It really isn't. 20, 30 years from now, the government is going to put the price up so much, you know, they can do whatever they want. They can put the price up in Auckland. I mean, back, this is 10 years ago, I was paying I had a family of 6, my wife and 4 kids, and we were paying what were we paying? About $400 a quarter for water. Got 2 mates up there now, they're in their 60s, and they're paying $100 a month for water. Down here in the south, we don't pay anything, but that'll all change. You know, once this goes through, City Care, which is owned 25% by the government, they're not, man, they're going to start charging more, you know, because they're the main contractors and the government owns them. So, you know, it's a lose-lose. But we've got better proposals, such as which is going to provide heaps of jobs. It's going to provide products that the whole world's going to need. It's going to help farmers out by preventing runoff on farms, reduce the amount of machinery they've got. The finer details really need to be, you know, that's all sort of behind closed doors at the moment, and I haven't spoken to any iwi or any regional councils about it yet. Personally myself at this stage, I've got no intentions of talking to the government about it. And I don't want any personal interest in it. I don't want any personal investment in it unless I had to, you know, but I'd only do it I'd only do it as a donation, to be honest with you. But at this stage I'm broke anyway. So, you know, all my money goes back into my own business, which is to do with kutus and head lice and preventing head lice. And it's actually, you know, as far as we know, it's the world's best. We dealt 14 years of head lice, and ours is the best that's been out there. So, you know, we're pretty grateful for that. Yeah, so you can go check out our page, actually, Living Juicy NZ on Facebook, or livingjuicy.co.nz. If your kids have got kutus, go check us out. We'll be employing a lot of Māori and Pākehā mothers down the track to do kutu removal, because that's what we want. We want to see mums. We want to see Māori and Pākehā, or people that are on benefits, off benefits, and working for themselves. You know, that's where the real core problem is getting people independent. We also have an arborist company down here in Dunedin, you know, and our staff, one's Fijian, that we pioneered modern arboriculture in Fiji about 7 years ago. Manoa brought him back with us, and he's our main man down here. And I taught him how to climb trees back over there. He's come here and he's doing really good. Got another fellow, he's Māori Raro. So, and it runs itself because I don't tell them what to do. They know what to do. I've already taught them what to do. I don't have to go and micromanage them. The best thing about, you know, the best way to get the best out of your staff is to let them do their job. Everyone's got common sense. Everyone knows what they're doing. But, you know, some people, they do need guidance in that. But, you know, I try to pick, you know, good common sense fellas, and ones that are also empathetic to people that do need assistance and support. So, yeah. But yeah, I'd just like you to think about that. Whānau is about, you know, us being united as one people, and perhaps considering us being an independent state and getting rid of the Treaty of Waitangi and getting away from the Commonwealth too, actually. And I'd really like to hear what you've got to say. It is important, and yeah, just let me know, because you know, we will be travelling around and doing some. Getting out there and having a yarn to people. Just like you to know, I've got no interest in being a politician. I've got no interest in making money off this. But anyone who wants to help us fund to get around and do stuff like that, yeah, that'd be great. But you know, we do have businesses, but I don't really want to spend all my money. If anyone wants to spend some help to fund this, that'd be great. But I'll tell you one person I do like in Parliament is Penny Henare. I do like him. You know, I met him one time, and you know, I took a lot of time. I got a wax seal stamp done, and I gave him, from our business, you know, I gave him pretty much our treaty of who we are. And I written it. I got a hand, you know, full A3 handwritten. It took 10 hours for this lady to write it. Pretty much our treaty of who we are, and stating that we are for the people of New Zealand. You know, and we want to see the people of less get ahead. So, you know, that was well stated and clear, and it's called the Tūmeka Collection, first edition, #1. That's what he got. You know, he's got a long lineage of being of his whānau being in Parliament, which is, you know, his great grandfather Tau Rekareka Henere. He was in Parliament for five terms, and his grandfather, James Heminari, he was in Parliament for 5 terms. Also, he was in the Māori Battalion for 5 years. Local mayor or leader, and he was a farmer, So good bloodlines there, I believe I'd like to see him being, one at the forefront. I'm not saying I'm not going to pick anyone that I would believe I'd like to be seen running it, but I'd like to see him being part of our new system in a new world, where we're actually independent of the state. And I haven't spoken to Penny apart from, hi, kia ora, how's it going? Here's a taonga for you. Thank you very much, Matua. And that's because he's the Minister of Whānau Ora. I didn't realise he was the Minister of Defence and the Associate Health Minister until like about a week later. It was only because he's the Minister of Whānau Ora. And I thought, and it's a great thing. But I'd like to see in Whānau Ora, I'd like to see Whānau Ora be looking after people that aren't Māori as well. We know there's a lot of people out there that aren't Māori that need support, and they're just not getting it. And really, come on, brothers and sisters, we've got to, to be good people, we really got to think about everyone, not just our own race. That's what we call being racist, and we don't want to be racist. We're loving people, Let's get rid of the anger. Let's get our brothers and sisters out of jail. Let them get their anger off their shoulders, and let's be at one. Let's even talk to our mongrel mob and get them out of doing illegal trade and getting them into legit businesses. They've got enough members there, gang members, to be running gangs of work, doing contracts and such and such. So some of these big contracts that the government give out, they go to big companies, generally not Māori companies, but let's see. Well, I'd like to see that across the board being fair in all ways. Yeah, but that's all I've got to say for now. It's getting pretty long, it's 16 minutes, but love you all and take care. And please leave some comments. It'd be great to hear what you've got to say. Okay, ka kite a popo. Okay, ngā mihi.